well, one person's blunder hopefully will help somebody else's. So I'm feeling pretty well. It's been a few days cooped up in a bed, but otherwise I'm feeling pretty good these days.
And can you just start from the beginning? What were your plans?
So my plans started out being that I would leave, or I got to Florence on Thursday afternoon, and by Saturday evening I would be back at Blaney Hot Springs near the John Muir Trail Ranch, and be back in the hot springs, and then hopefully be back home Monday afternoon.
And what happened when you were out there?
So after getting to Martha Lake on Friday evening, I summited Mount Goddard, and then trying to get an easier access point to Evolution Basin, I went down a couloir on the north side of Goddard, and at the bottom of that couloir I dislodged a rock which ended up falling on the back of my calf and breaking both my fibula and tibia. Fibula and tibia.
And what were your thoughts when you realized what happened?
Well, it was first off that it was Saturday afternoon, and I didn't tell my dad that I would be home until Monday afternoon, and I was under the impression at the time that search and rescue needed a day before a person being missing, so that would mean that Tuesday afternoon would be the first time that anybody would be coming out to look for me. And so I had 3 days to survive before anybody would be looking for me, and that there was the potential that I could be losing my leg, and to come to grips with that pretty quickly, which wasn't terribly difficult to have to deal with.
Explain to me when you saw the search and rescue teams walking towards you, did you hear them first, and how were you feeling at that point? Or did you think that you could have lasted there for a couple more days?
I was prepared to be out there till Friday evening, potentially Saturday. I didn't want my wound to be exposed that long. I was actually quite frustrated by the time the search and rescue ended up finding me. They did a phenomenal job, and I don't want to take anything away from what they did, although having been flown over multiple times that day, it was kind of wrenching, and not being able to be seen. I'm waving my bivy sack, like a smoke signal, trying to get people to notice me, and both the helicopters, flew within 100 yards of where I was and were not able to find me, and someone getting kind of passed over when you want to be found it's kind of hard. And then I also realized that I couldn't stand, and every time the helicopters came close, I tried standing alongside rocks, and so it just put more trauma on my ankle or my shin, and was really painful. So by the time the second helicopter came by and came over, just because they were going to drop some people off, and actually had to fly right over where I was, it was just really rather fortunate and fortuitous that we both happened to be in the same spot.
And Gregory, just when you hike again, you're able to, do you think you'll do anything different, or just take like flares or one of those SAR devices or something like that this time? Getting back out into the wilderness is definitely something that will happen again, but I will be taking a signal mirror. It's a signal mirror, basically a rectangle mirror with a circular center, and you just look at wherever you're looking, and it will shine the sun to a helicopter or a plane. I will take one of those GPS spot transponder devices, so in case anything does happen, I can hit a button, and definitely take some medical gear, so in case there's a abrasion, I can be able to cover it and not have an open wound, and just I think be more properly kitted with the gear necessary. It was quite the relief, and not only that, is for my loved ones and family, and basically all those search and rescue workers. The search and rescue workers put a lot of energy and effort into and extreme hours into the search and rescue, and to get them and the horsemen, the dogs, the pilots, everybody on foot, it's really important to get them out of there as soon as possible, because the longer they're there, the more chance that one of them could get injured. And so a quick resolution to any search and rescue is always preferable because of that. And
and I can't commend them enough for the effort and the energies that they put out to try to, save one person's life.